up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm back again with another video for you guys. Now in this particular video, this man says this woman destroyed her whole family for a work husband. Baby, you cannot make this up. So we're gonna get into the video. I thought this was interesting to share. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. Let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. Here we go.
So while I work it, right? It's this lady who walk around. All she do is talk about the Lord all shift. The Bible says this. Jesus said that. God wouldn't like if you did this. Through the whole shift, right? Which is nothing wrong with that if you stand on it, right? Like I said, there's nothing wrong with that if you stand on it.
This is why I say I don't really be trusting people who are always talking about God 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Always, because that means they got something with them. They got some issue with them. Seriously. Let's continue.
She was in a long-term relationship with this guy that she had kids by. She started talking to this guy at work. You know me, I keep it $150. I keep it $1,000, as they would say. She started talking to this guy, and the guy became her work husband, right? Now, her work husband already has 2 other women pregnant at the same time. But this didn't stop her from messing with him, right? This didn't stop her from having an affair. When all she do is come to work and she talk about God, the Bible, the Lord, what is right and what is wrong through the whole shift, right? So she started telling everybody that she finna leave the guy she was in a long-term relationship with because she didn't go to church enough. He wasn't holy enough. But everybody already know why she trying to make her move, right? So this chick, as we call church lady, packed her stuff up, right? Took her kids away from the father. Got her own place. This destroyed her family to go be her work husband's side chick. Now just think about how that sounds. She left a man who was taking care of his kids to go be her work husband's side chick.
Sure.
Now, they had worked the other day arguing, right? Because things are not going the way she thought they was going to go. I guess she thought she was going to leave her husband and he was going to leave these other chicks alone that he was messing with. That ain't how it went.
Listen, that's not how it ever goes. You know, this is what I say. A lot of these women set themselves up for failure. These stories don't surprise me, but, you know, because I get the nature of women and something has to change. I'm telling y'all, something has to change, baby. But let's continue.
They ain't how it went. Now, she walking around with the puppy dog look because she's not working out. And I see women do this so much. I had a friend who left her guy to go be with a married man.
That's crazy. Diabolical.
Left her guy to go be with a married man. And back to what I was saying, man. Work husband and work wives are something else, man. They will listen to all your problems. You can confide in them. You can tell them and they'll give you the best advice they can give you while you are at work. But the minute y'all clock out, she going back to her guy, right. He going back to his chick.
Yeah.
This is how it goes.
And the reason it goes that way is because you don't have to deal with this person at home. You're just dealing with them at work. So of course you can give them all the great advice. You can tell them what they want to hear, make it sound good because you ain't got to live with them. You ain't got to deal with them on a day-to-day basis. You don't have to go home to them and deal with the real issues that you have in a household. So yeah, it sounds appealing and sounds great. But, you know, and like I said, I've seen this play out, but you don't have the sense enough to understand that this is just a work thing and it shouldn't be happening. But we know that it happens all the time. That you don't leave your for sure situation for a temporary fix. This man is not going to, and he has 2 other women who got babies not by him. Did you really think that he was going to take you that seriously and want to be with you full time? And so for a woman who's in a stable relationship, and this is the father of her kids or her husband, whatever one it is, for you to leave your for sure relationship that's working out and you making excuses for a work husband, that is some nasty work, as they would say. Child, let's continue.
And church lady found out the hard way. Destroyed her family. And found out. A man who took her his kids to go be her work husband's side chick. You cannot make this shit up.
You cannot, child. And it's just unfortunate. But like I say, these independent boss chicks, with that type of mentality, they always mess up. You don't learn from your mistakes. You're able to make certain mistakes over and over and over. You're able to just make your decisions based on your feelings. And we know with women, our feelings could be up, could be down. Those feelings could change very rapidly. And if you're basing decisions based on your feelings, then you're going to be in a pickle. You're going to find yourself in a lot of situations that's going to be where you're going to be regretting a lot of the choices that you made if you're making them solely on your feelings. Well, I feel he should be more into God like I am, and he needs to do this. He needs to read his Bible more. And because he don't do that, I'm going to go and leave him for my work husband, because my work husband listens to me. He tells me what I want to hear. He's nice. He treats me good while we at work. He pull out the work chair in the lunchroom for me, and he sit down and talk to me. And you think that that's going to turn into a long-term stable relationship? You think this man going to want to deal with you and your kids? When your kids have their father, and you don't see the importance of that, you rather just uproot your family and say, oh, to hell with it, baby. We're going to go over here and have us a good time. And that man don't want to live with you. He don't want you to live with him. He don't want you interrupting what he got going on. And this is what they don't understand. That man probably told, girl, you better go back to your husband. You better go back to your man and let them kids be with their daddy. I ain't trying to be with no family with no damn kids and all of that. And then that's when their feelings get hurt. Now, yeah, you walking around looking crazy because you realize you done messed up. And now you better go try to beg and hope that this man will want to take you back. But usually they don't. They've moved on. They don't want, look, I'll see my kids, take care of my kids, and you go do what you want to do. Because once you realize what you want to do ain't working out, you can't run back now because this man see you in a different way now. And it's unfortunate. A lot of women make this mistake. A lot of women think that they can fool with married men, be the side chick to married men, thinking this man going to leave his wife and take you on. And more than likely, that does not happen. And yes, people can give me these stories, these small anecdotal stories of men who actually left their wives for the side chick, and then that relationship didn't work out. He didn't marry her. And usually they don't work out. So even if the few of the men who have done that, made that decision, the relationship still ends anyway, because how you get them is how you lose them. And they realize that, hey, the grass wasn't that green on the other side either, that they should have stayed with their wives, because this woman was not the ideal woman for what they thought they wanted. Once you get her to yourself, now you realize she is not quite what you thought she would be. Yeah, it was fun while you was fooling with her on the side, but to take her on fully as my main woman and all of that, it's really not given. And so now a lot of the men regret those decisions. They were the ones who do that, because I don't think it's a lot that do it. But for the few that may have done it, they regret that decision as well. It will make sense that you not put yourself in that position. Stop thinking that the grass is always greener on this side because it's cute while y'all at work. And it's cute for a little short period of time, but long term, it's not. Stay with your husband. Stay with your man. Work it out. Figure some things out. Get it cracking with your husband. And staying with your husband, because that's the best you're going to get. Thinking you're going to go out here with kids and all this other extra stuff. No, it's not going to work. So listen, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell to be notified when I upload new content. Chime in. I want to hear your thoughts, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.